community organizations across our region, they're stepping up to help federal workers who are missing their paychecks. Today, the nonprofit So What Else, that's the name of the nonprofit, held a special food distribution to make sure families do not go without food. News 4's photojournalist Brooks Merriweather takes us there.
So we're starting our line right here with our partners from the Personal Care Foundation. We're doing hygiene items, and this is their first stop as they walk through, and then we'll head up this way and
Well, welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And today we're talking about the furlough workers. They have to line up in lines and receive food for they live paycheck to paycheck as well. This is why budgeting is so important. Now, people are going to blame the Republicans. They're going to blame Trump for this, but it's no one to blame. In the economy, the only person to blame is yourself. You should always have some money left over for a rainy day because it's generally going to rain. Look at life. Look at the seasons. You have summer, winter, spring, fall. You have all of those different things, right? You have to be prepared for all of those things. So it's no one to blame. Some people are going to blame the Democrats. This is a bipartisan thing, so you can blame both parties, right? But inevitably, the only person that you must blame is yourself, because no matter who's president, no matter who's in office, red or blue, your life, happiness, your success depends on you. And I'm not saying that it's easy, right? But it ultimately depends on you. So let's go, because I think that this is a sad case that you even have the federal workers that have to line up for lunch and line up for food. Today is day 3. It is November the 3rd. This is day 3 of the shutdown and the food stamp that's ended. So we're going to take a view to see what's going on. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Another episode of the Healthy Discussions.
we got one of our board members is providing firewood.
Taking the cars down, getting some bananas.
We have pumpkins from Butler's Orchard. We get all that actually before they even get to the line. The last 2 weeks, I'm super proud of our team just for doing what we always do, which is asking the question, what can we do to help?
Do you mind if I put something in your back seat, sir? Okay, and we're gonna do milk in the back seat as well.
We have Sardi's coming out and doing 600 hot meals for every car. We got
That's
Mama
good.
Lucia on standby, ready to order pizza for our volunteers here today. Super proud of our team just for doing what we always do, which is asking the question, what can we do to help?
Morning, everybody!
And as you guys can see, this actually takes a community, and this is what it's supposed to be like, right? Everyone's chipping in. You see what happened in Jamaica the other day with Hurricane Melissa, and people are complaining that the people that owns the store, like the Chinese and America and everything else, no one is chipping in, which I think that they are chipping in, but people are going to just put things out, but maybe not at the rate that they would want them to chip in at. Because, when you're in dire need, you may feel like no one is on your side. But let's continue.
What they're doing right now is they're boxing up food. So we receive donated food, 16 million pounds per year. And we really want to make sure that we're giving a really nice assortment of food, fresh produce, perishables, non-perishables, some frozen food, some ready-made stuff.
I think our biggest objective is to help our communities, and right now currently the communities that are in need are our federal workers, so that they're able to go on with their life and not have to worry about food on their plate and how they're going to get a meal.
It's just very meaningful to see human kindness and compassion, and it means a lot to me.
Our thanks to our photojournalist Brooks Merriweather, who was out there today to capture.
I think that is good, and that is in Bethesda, of course. It's one of the nicer neighborhoods in the Maryland area, right? But some counties don't have this type of access, or people may not be chipping in because it costs too much to import food, or this, that, and the third. And though this is a tax write-off at the very end of the day, I think most businesses should do this. It will serve the community well, and people will probably 9 times out of 10 remember. See, a person remembers when you help them out during hard times, right? Most people do, right? Let's just say some people do, right? So the fact that they're going to come back to your store. They're going to come back to your store. So let's check out another video that I had on the side. And this one was talking about, of course, the same topic, but just from another angle, right? Let's get it from another angle. Let's go.
Day 33 of the government shutdown, and the amount of people wondering how to make ends meet is growing.
Federal workers continue to go without pay. Food stamp programs have run out of funds due to the government shutdown. And as Christian Benavides reports, air travel also affected.
Long lines at food banks across the nation over the weekend. Hundreds of cars lined up near Atlanta and outside NRG Stadium in Houston. This is what it looked like in Los Angeles.
The food pantry network is out there. You know, they're feeling it. Believe me, we had a call 2 days ago. They're seeing the demand.
As the government shutdown enters its 5th week, funding for SNAP benefits has run out. 2 federal judges have ordered the Trump administration to tap into emergency funds. The administration asked the courts to clarify how to legally fund.
Now, and this is the tricky part. How do you, let's read. Our government lawyers do not think that that we have the legal authority to pay SNAP with certain monies we have available. That is true. That is true. Y'all just have to come to an agreement. It's all about an agreement. Now, I understand one party is saying, okay, the blue is funding the LBGT, LMNOP community and things, money that really don't need to be spent, and we're supposed to be tightening up on a budget. And the same notion, Trump is printing a lot of money, and it's not even Trump. He's owned by the Federal Reserve. He's just a puppet. They're going to print more money every year. This is how the system works. This is why the point of this system is to beat inflation. So this is why I can't blame Trump. This is why I cannot blame Kamala. I can't blame Biden. I can't blame Obama. I cannot blame them. This is just the hands that we are dealt, and it's on you to make magic. It's on you to be a magician and make things happen. It's not on them. This is why I advise never to even depend on the government. Right? Always make some side money, side hustle, sell this, have a network of people that you can depend on, and y'all can depend on each other, build your own community. Because if you just solely depend on the government, then I feel for you. But you should learn a grand lesson, right? Never put all your eggs in one basket. Never put all your eggs in one basket. I thought our grandparents and our parents always told us that. Now let's continue to read. So, our government lawyers do not think we have the legal authority to pay SNAP with certain monies we have available. Now, of course, have issued conflicting opinions can and cannot do. I do not want Americans to go hungry just because of the radical Democrats who refuse to do the right thing and reopen the government. Therefore, I have instructed our lawyers to ask the court to clarify how we can legally fund SNAP as soon as possible. You see? So at least to me, he's trying to get somewhere with it. But at the same time, this is a two-party thing. He may be trying to get somewhere and move the needle down the road. They might be like, hold on, if you're not going to give us what we need, it's a standstill. So when I see the Democrats simply pointing fingers at the Republicans, it's like, no. When I see the Republicans simply pointing fingers at the Democrats, it's like, no, those things don't make sense. How about you point the fingers at each other, hold each other accountable, and then y'all come up with some form of agreement, right? Because these people's lives depend on it, obviously. And how long would this last? This is day 33 of it. Now, I have it before Christmas and everything else that we have to come to some form of agreement. This is just what I'm thinking, but who knows, right? And every day it's going to affect people more and more and more, which is going to affect crime rate, flights, people not traveling, which means the economy is suffering because of that. You got flights, you got holidays coming up, you got Thanksgiving coming up, you got Christmas coming up, you have Hanukkah coming up. All of these things are happening. So is it just with no holiday celebration for this year? Everything is on pause. The economy itself, to me, we've been in a recession, if you can tell, for a while now. And also you have all these job cuts. So it's just a lot of things are happening at the same time. You know, leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Let's continue.
SNAP as soon as possible. One federal judge said full payments must be restored by Monday or partial payments on Wednesday.
When you talk about SNAP, you're talking about largely Democrats, but I'm president. I want to help everybody.
Air traffic has also taken a hit, with delays and cancellations mounting as air traffic controllers go without pay. With no apparent end to the shutdown in sight, President Trump is now calling on Republicans to use their Trump card to get rid of the filibuster. But a spokesperson for Senate Majority Leader John Thune says there would be no change in Senate procedures. Democrats want funding for Affordable Care Act tax credits, but Republicans want to open the government before discussions take place. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
And the Agriculture Department has five.
Well, there's only one way that we're going to figure this out. We need some form of an agreement, right? And it shouldn't take 33 days. It just shouldn't take any more than a couple of days to say your piece. Y'all agree with something. Of course, both sides not going to get what they want, but do it for the people, obviously. And then people, I hope this is a wake-up call for you, because this will make you say, you know what, I can't depend on myself. How about I connect with my neighbors and make sure, hey, how they did way back in the days, the parents' days and all that, everyone can go over to each other's house to get this, get that. You don't have butter, go down the street. You don't have this flour, go up the street. You don't have this, that, the third. You give them some money next week to refill what they need to refill, plus some little something on the side just in case you gotta use it too as well. Whatever happened to community, this should show you the importance of having a community. All of this living by yourself, you don't know who your neighbors are and everything else. That doesn't make any sense to me, because anything can happen. And it takes a village and it takes a community. So we may have to go back to our parents' days and go back to our grandparents' days, because obviously they had some type of system figured out. In order to beat the system, you have to create your own system. We don't have a system to that we are creating. So I feel for the younger generation, because they're definitely just lone soldiers and single moms and this, that, the third. It's no family dynamics. So if there's no family dynamics, right, it's going to be no community dynamics as well, because you can't have a community without different families or having families. It break up the whole community factor. You get it? So let's get back to our natural core. Let's get back to the center. On that note, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. This is another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Don't forget to check out the merch store down below as well if you want to support the channel even more. On that note, you know how I like to end it. Positivity over negativity, always.